Everybody, well, hello, welcome. We're doing flow 45 today. So we're going to be starting all the way down onto the floor and onto our backs. We're going to start with some breathing, some easy movements, and then we're going to work into our flow practice. Let's go ahead and get started. All the way down onto your back. Arms out away from the body, your legs away from each other, your feet opened to the outsides, and wiggle the shoulder blades into the ground. And as we get started, we'll pause here just to allow ourselves to embrace the moment, this time that we've carved out for our self-care. And checking in to see if your breathing feels normal and relaxed and slow. And allowing every muscle in your body to relax. Even your facial muscles, your jaw and your chin. The temples and the cheekbones. And the forehead. And beginning to move very gradually, wiggle the fingers and wiggle the toes. Bring your legs in together so your feet are close to each other. And sweep the arms behind your head. And then point the toes forward, reach your fingers back and stretch your body long. Almost as if you're decompressing your spine. We're stretching and reaching. And then raise your hands up toward the ceiling and bend up your knees. Wrap the arms around the legs and squeeze in. Place one hand onto each knee. Start to move your legs in opposite direction circles. So the legs go out away from each other and then circle back around toward each other into giant circles. Reverse the direction. And bring your legs back together. Let your feet come onto the ground with the knees still bent. Walk your feet away from each other. Reach your arms out away from the shoulders with your palms facing up. Draw the shoulder blades down into the ground. Drop your knees to the left. Turn your head toward the right. And then release and switch sides, knees over to the right. Turn your head toward the left. And then back to center. Walk your feet in close to each other. Wrap the hands around the right knee and stretch your left foot straight up toward the ceiling, all the way up. Start to move the left ankle, foot, toes. Find some movement there as you keep your hands wrapped around the right knee. The left leg is extended straight up. Then point the toes of the left foot straight toward the ceiling, and in slow motion, lower that left leg all the way down to the ground. Make your leg lengthen as it goes all the way down slowly to the floor. Your hands are still around the right knee. Pull the right knee toward the right shoulder. And then bend up the left leg, wrap your hands around both knees, squeeze in. We'll switch sides, both hands around the left knee. The right leg extends up toward the ceiling, stretch through that leg. Keep a hold of your left knee with your hands while you make circles with your right foot. And point the toes of the right foot straight toward the ceiling. Contract your leg muscles tight and slow motion, lower that leg all the way down to the ground. And then once again, bend up both knees, wrap the hands around the knees and squeeze in. Extend both feet up toward the ceiling. Hold on to the backs of the legs. Point your toes toward the ceiling. Open the legs wide into straddle. Lengthen through your legs. Contract your muscles strong. And slowly draw the legs back together. And then let the hands come onto the ground out away from the shoulders. Your legs are still extended up toward the ceiling. You can bend the knees as needed, or keep your legs straight if you're able to. Point the toes and slowly lower your legs all the way down to the ground. Once your legs are all the way back to the ground, sweep the arms back behind your head for that same stretch out we did earlier, lengthening and reaching. Bend up both knees, wrap the arms around the legs and squeeze in. And this time, tuck your chin, lift your head and shoulders away from the ground. Bring your nose as close to your knees as you can. Squeeze in. Let your head come back onto the ground and keep your legs in the same position with the knees bent and your legs as close to each other as you can. Then reach the arms out onto the ground once again with your arms onto the floor, extended from the shoulders. Squeeze your legs together and start to move your legs right and then left. You could go down just partially to the side, or you can go down halfway or even a little bit further. Now, as you do this, try to lift the feet a couple of inches and do your best to squeeze your legs against each other. So as you go from side to side, you're feeling your legs together. Your feet have lifted slightly instead of being closer to your floor. For these last couple, challenge yourself. Maybe get your legs, your knees a little closer to the ground on each side. And then finishing that last one, let your feet come onto the ground. Breath in, breath out. All right. Roll onto your right side. And if you have your yoga block handy, you might want to grab it and you can put it underneath your head. It's just an option. You don't have to do that. And we're going to stack the hips, knees, and ankles with the knees bent like I've done here. The arms are going to reach out directly away from the shoulders with your palms stacked against each other. We're going to take the top arm, reach it up toward the ceiling, and then it's going to keep going, reaching it all the way across to the other side. Now, your head may come off of the block, and that's okay, but you're looking toward the hands. So as your hand now comes back up toward the ceiling, and bring your palms all the way back together. I'm going to move the block back a little bit. I think that'll help keep my head on the block. Then again, we're just going to flow through this. So the top arm reaches up and across all the way over to the other side. Try to get the shoulder blade to come close to the ground and then return back to the start position, starting to do this on your own timing. Think about your arm making a big, full, sweeping motion. And one more time. And then once you've finished the position, hold that stretch position. So reaching the arm out to the other side and hold here. Breathe. And then release and return the hands back together, and we'll switch sides. So you can either flip and face the other direction or swing your feet to the other side of your mat, whichever way you prefer to do. Once again, the block is nice but not required. Get your same exact setup. And whenever you're ready to go, go ahead with the same exact movement on this side. And notice that the top knee may come off of the lower knee, and that's okay to do. Ideally, though, the knees would stay as close together as you can. For many of us, it's either one or the other. Either the shoulder blade gets to the ground or the knees stay together. And the challenge is to do both. And one more time. As you finish this one, we'll leave the arm back in that stretch position and hold for a breath. And then release and return back to the start position. Fantastic. Remove that block out from underneath. Push yourself up off the ground, coming up into your tabletop position. Nice start, everybody. I hope you're feeling great. I'm so glad you're here today to do our active movement. Let's move the knees wide and start to circle the hips. Try to get some movement in that low back. And reverse the direction. So we're circling, but we're also rounding and arcing the low back. So you feel your abdominal muscles working to get that movement in the tailbone. And then back to center. Walk your knees into hip width apart. Get your hands strong into the ground. The fingers are spread slightly, and you're getting that slight little gripping action of your hands into the ground. Then curl the toes under, and we're ready to lift the hips up into downward facing dog. First time in downward dog, bend and straighten the legs. One bends, the other one straightens. A nice stretch sensation in the calf muscles and the Achilles tendons. And then release and lower the knees back down onto the ground. Keep the knees wide and take the hips back toward the heels any amount that you can. If you need to go partially, that's fine. If you're able to sit the hips all the way back, that's fine. Do your best to get your forehead to come onto the ground. You might have to sit your hands under the forehead. Now, whatever position you're in, can you reach the hands forward? Walk the fingers forward a 1/4 inch. See if you can grip the mat with your hands. And then release and come back up to upright position. As I was giving that last cue, it just occurred to me that that might not have made a lot of sense. So while we're up here, let me just show you what I meant real quickly. So with the hands on the ground, I'm actually gripping the mat with my hands. So I'm pushing the fingertips into the ground, and I can feel this gripping action as if I were going to hold on to something. And so what I was referring to, if you want to just watch here for a second, I took the hips back, and from here, I'm getting the hands forward, and I'm actually gripping the mat. So I'm using my hands and arms here. So you can really reach back with the tailbone because my hands are solidly into the ground. Okay, let's go ahead and try that again. So in tabletop, move the knees wide if you haven't already. Set the hips back to the heels and start to get that gripping action with your hands. And then reach back. Now grip the mat with your hands and maybe even walk the fingers forward a 1/4 inch until you use your forearm muscles. For one breath, reach the tailbone way back. And then release and come back up and into tabletop position. Curl the toes under. We're back up into downward facing dog. Holding this weight bearing position, bend the knees slightly. Push your weight back towards your legs. So move the sternum back, back, back. Now move your legs a little straighter. You're going to get a deep stretch there. Breathe. This time, lift your heels high. Try to get all the way up into the toe joints and look back towards your toes. And then slowly release. Take the knees to the ground. And once again, take your hips to your heels. We're not going to hold it this time. Take your hips back and rise right back up. Flow through it. Lift up, push back, downward facing dog. Lift the heels high. Lower the knees to the ground. Take your hips to your heels all the way back. Rise up, reach up, and back, downward facing dog, push back. One more time. Lift the heels, lower the knees. Push back, hips to heels, get a good stretch through your arms. And release, come back up and into downward facing dog. Awesome, everybody. Walk your feet forward, get onto your feet, and into standing forward fold. Let your head hang. And fold your arms up, hands to opposite elbows. Let your head drop. Knees are slightly bent. Hold here, breathe. Place your hands onto your legs and start to slide your hands up your legs until you come all the way to standing. Once you're upright, raise the hands up overhead and take a look all the way up to the hands, full stretch out. And then release, lower the arms down and roll the shoulders. Big, full circles. Other direction. Move your head and neck around as well. Good. Back to our start position. Look down to your feet. Your feet are hip width apart, toes pointing perfectly forward, and arms by your sides as you look back straight ahead. On the next inhale, reach the hands up high and start to lean back into a mini back bend. Contract the glutes, look up and lean back an inch or two. And then slowly sweep the hands down to the ground or to your ankles, forward fold. Slide the hands to the upper shins and look straight out ahead of you a couple of feet. So your chin is still tucked, but you're looking straight ahead just a couple of feet in front of you, and your back is straight. Then slide the hands down your legs again. Grab onto your ankles and pull yourself gently into a forward fold. Look up and lift up, come all the way to standing, reach up high. We repeat that. We start with the back bend. Contract the glutes, reach up, lean back, maybe a little deeper back bend this time. Try to extend up as you lean back. And then release down into forward fold. Grab the ankles and pull yourself into a fold. Bring the hands to the upper shins, look up. Forward fold back down. Look up and lift up. Come all the way to standing. Reach up high and lower just the arms down. Back to those shoulder rolls. Move your head and neck around. Good. Back to standing position. Step your right foot back 1 step, 2 steps, and 3 steps. The back heel is angled, or the back foot rather is angled. The back heel is down onto the ground. We have plenty of space between the feet. We're going to straighten and stretch and, strengthen. Man, I'm having a hard time saying this. Strengthen and lengthen. That's what I wanted. Strengthen and lengthen your legs. Contract the muscles tight. Strengthen and lengthen. That's it. Legs are powerful. Raise the hands up. Contract your muscles. Look up toward the hands, full length. Feel your balance. Look forward. Keep your legs straight as you sweep the arms behind your back into a forward fold. Tuck your chin. Look straight down. Both legs are still straight. Power yourself up. Feel your leg muscles working. Rise the hands up. This time, Lean forward, but the arms are going to stay up by the ears. So your hands are reaching toward the wall in front of you this time instead of the wall behind. Pull the belly in tight. Keep your legs straight. Hold. And power yourself up. Look all the way up. And one more time, same option. Reach the arms forward. Keep your legs strong. Hold. Breathe. Power yourself up. Release the hands down. Lean forward and step all the way up to the front of the mat. Left foot back. 1, 2, 3. Back foot is turned onto the ground. Legs are straight. Raise the hands up. Look up full length. First time through, swing the arms behind. Lower down. Feel the stretch. Breathing in, power yourself up. And look all the way up. Feel your balance. This may be a little wobbly. Contract your leg muscles. Push the feet into the ground. Reach up and lengthen. Fully commit to the reach. And then look forward. Second time, arms stay up by the ears as you fold forward. Now the challenge is to keep the arms up by the ears. Legs are strong and straight. Hold. And push yourself up. Look up, full length. Third and final time, feel your leg muscles working powerfully. Lean forward, arms by the ears as you reach forward toward the wall in front of you. Hold and breathe. And power yourself up. Look up, feel your balance. And then release. Lower the arms down. Step it up to the front of the mat. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Nicely done, everybody. All right. You can still face the same way that you were. I'm just going to turn so you can have this angle. So we're going to do a little balancing warm up, and then we're going to go into another movement. So we're going to bring the feet close together. Bend both knees slightly. We're going to lift the right foot up off the ground. Hold here. Breathe. The support leg is still bent. One more breath. Hold. Your knee is still bent. Now see if you can straighten the support leg and lift the lifted knee a little higher. Contract that support leg really tight. And then release, foot to the ground. Both knees bend. Left foot lifts. Support leg stays bent. Hold. Slowly begin to straighten the support leg as the lifted knee lifts a little higher. Hold. And release back down. Breath in. Breath out. Same start, we'll add to it. Both knees bend. Right foot lifts. Support leg is still bent. This time, bring your right foot on top of the left knee. And start to bend the support leg a little deeper. Your back is straight. You're hinging at the hips. The hips should feel like they're pushed back a little. Hips are pushed back. So your spine is straight. You can bring your hands, or even, for some of you, maybe even the elbows down onto the knee and on the foot. Now sit down. It should feel like a deep stretch. If you fall out of it, just come back into it when you're ready. Hold. Breathe. And release. Come back up. By the way, if that's not happening for you, you're welcome to go to the wall or to the back of a chair. Hold on, give yourself a little bit of support. Other side. Both knees bend. When you're ready, the left foot lifts. Bring the foot onto the opposite knee. Start to sit down into the stretch. Stay with it. Sitting down, one breath. Take your time, lifting up and out of the position. All right, that is a challenging position. So give yourself a breath. We're always just doing what we can, and that'll be just fine. Let's take that into another position. So now back up to the front of your mat if you had moved. The right foot, once again, comes up onto the left knee. So find that position you just did. Now this time, bring your hands up onto your heart. Sit down, one breath. Now lift the foot up off of the knee and see if you can swing that right foot behind and try to lengthen that leg out. If you need to tap the toes to the ground, fine. Try to lengthen that leg. Your hands are still at your heart. Now slowly land the foot onto the ground. Now you're in lunge pose. Bring your chest to vertical, your upper body to vertical. So now you're in a crescent lunge position. Send the hands up overhead. And then release, lower the hands, lean forward, and step up to the front of the mat. Awesome. So I realize right when I'm in the middle of doing something that you're not really looking up at me, so I don't know if my languaging is clear enough. So what you're doing there is the foot comes up onto the knee. We held this position, then the leg swings behind. You're in this warrior three position, and then the foot comes to the ground for your crescent lunge. That's the sequence, okay? So if that wasn't clear, my apologies. Let's go ahead and do the second side. Left foot comes up onto the right knee. And take your time, sit down, hands up onto the heart. Now slowly, you have to lift up out of it a little. The left foot lifts and swings behind into our warrior three position. That leg is extending far back. Then land the foot on the ground, lunge. I always like to step back a little further so you can bend into the front leg. Now reach the hands up overhead. Breathe. Lower the hands, lean forward, and step up to the front of the mat. Breath in, breath out. I don't know about you, but oftentimes I kind of wish I had a second crack at one of the exercises, so I'm going to give that to you. So we know what to do. Let's give it one more try. Just have fun with it, play, and modify if you need to. Let's go again. So go through it at your own pacing in any way you like. We'll start with the right foot coming up onto the left knee. The hands come to the heart. The right leg swings behind. The right foot lands to the ground. Bend the front leg, reach the hands up, crescent lunge. And then release. Other side. Left foot. Release when you're ready. Back up to the front of the mat. Breath in. Breath out. Awesome, everybody. You do what you can and you have fun with it. Okay, we're going to keep both feet on the ground this time. Walk your feet out into a straddle position. So change your position on your mat so you can get full length of your legs, full straddle. Raise the hands up And sweep the hands onto the outsides of the legs and reach down into forward fold. And then slide your hands back up your legs. Full upright position, hands up overhead. Lower just the hands down. And you want to adjust your feet. I'm going to walk mine in just slightly to start, and we're going to turn the right foot. Once you have this, when you turn the foot, the hips tend to shift as well. So our goal would be to get the foot to turn to face out, but the hips to face toward the side wall. So to the degree that you can anyway, it doesn't have to be perfect, but try to pull the left hip back a little. Now bend into that leg. Your left leg is straight, your right knee is bent. Now the thing is, can we get a deeper bend? So I'm gonna step back about 1/4 inch. It's gonna make me feel like I can get a little deeper into that front leg. So see if you can challenge yourself, get a little lower into that leg. It's gonna feel like your entire pelvis and upper body have dropped down 1 inch. Now place your hand onto the inside of your bent knee and push it out over the little toe side of the foot. Should get a great groin stretch here. Now from this position, reach the arms up halfway into our warrior two position. Contract your muscles tight. Turn your head so your gaze is out over the front hand. Hold strong. Contract your muscles. We've got one more breath. Get low. Now slowly straighten the leg any amount that you can. If you have to adjust the feet a little, you can. Try to straighten that leg. We're going to lean over the straight leg, your right leg, lead over it. Place your hand on the shin, and the left hand reaches up toward the ceiling. You can look down to the ground or to the side wall, or see if you can challenge yourself by turning and looking up to the hand. Breathe. Now power yourself up and square that foot. Excellent. Adjust the feet as needed. We'll go right to the other side. Left foot turns. Bend the knee. Back leg is straight. Remember, the hips are facing to the side wall. We haven't shifted the hips to turn. Now, push the hand onto the front knee, push it out. See if you can get deeper in the bend of the front leg. Maybe walk the back foot back a little further. I want you to challenge yourself by getting yourself down just a little bit lower. It doesn't take much, just a little bit lower. Hands up halfway. And take your gaze over the front hand. Now, squeeze your legs toward each other. Make your inner leg muscles be a part of the strength work. Deep breathing, you got this. Get down a little lower, one breath. And straighten your leg and lean over that leg. Lean and lean and lean. Place the hand. Right hand reaches up. You can look down or look to the side or see if you can turn and look up to the top hand. And power yourself up. Square the foot and raise the hands up. Bring the hands onto the sides of your legs and lower down into forward fold. Come back up and walk the feet in. Excellent. Shake your feet out. All right. Now we're going to come into our straddle position again. And as I mentioned, when you're in that triangle position, we're here. This is our triangle. The balance could be hard. So if it is, you just look to the ground, help yourself stabilize. But the thing I'm not doing is I'm not reaching the hand down and rounding my spine. So what that looks like from this different angle is I've dropped the chest forward and my butt goes back. This is not what we want. Instead, what we want from this angle, you can see my pelvis is underneath me and the chest is up over the torso, or rather over the pelvis. Then I slide, and you may not go as low, but your alignment is much better and your stretch is much deeper. Okay, so from that angle, you can really see the alignment. So let's practice this. Straddle, turn the right foot. Now, get your chest, feel like it's directly over the leg as you hinge. Place the hand onto the shin. Now this leg is straight, by the way. This is about as straight as I can get my leg because of ankle restriction. So you just, whatever your straight is fine. This is my straight on this side. So you do the same, whatever is straight for you. Now, place your left hand on your chest or your ribs and use your hand to guide the ribs open toward the ceiling. Now you can still look toward the ground, or you can look to the side, or you can keep rolling the ribs open, 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 and then bring the left hand behind your back. Try to open your chest toward the ceiling, maybe look up. Stay for one breath, keep turning, keep twisting, feel your balance. Now raise that hand straight up toward the ceiling and push yourself up. Square the foot, adjust your feet, turn the left foot. Keep those hips square. Keep your chest over the pelvis as you lean. Slide the hand down your leg. Now use your right hand. Roll your ribs open toward the ceiling. I like this feeling of my hand just kind of sliding on the ribs, opening the ribs toward the ceiling. You can still look down if you need to, or you can try looking to the side, or you can take your gaze up and you're continuing to roll the ribs open. Keep rolling open, open, open. And then for one more breath, you're welcome to raise the hand up. Breathe. And release. Lift yourself up. Square the foot. Back to the straddle position. Reach the hands up high. Lower the hands down. Forward fold. And power yourself up. Reach the hands up high. Lower the hands down and walk the feet in. I've said on many occasions, it is great strength work to do things from that straddle position. Our legs, our muscles aren't used to it, so we're using different muscles. Great way to improve your overall strength. All right, nicely done, everybody. We're going to do an exercise with most of us, myself included, will need to be at the wall or the back of a chair could work for you as well, whatever is most convenient. So we're going to have the feet close together in this tall posture. Take your inside leg. Let me think if I get this right. Yes, the inside leg lifts up off the ground. So the same side is holding on to the wall. Your opposite hand, the one to the outside, is going to reach down, look toward the ground, toward your hand. Now lift that hand up and across without moving the lifted knee. Reach it all the way up and across. And then do that again. Lower the hand down, look toward the ground. Do not move the knee as you rotate your entire torso, not just the arm, the entire torso, up the other direction. And then release back down. Now you might be able to do that without holding on. And so what that would look like, if I switch sides to my stronger ankle, I can probably demonstrate this. So I'm going to switch sides. The hand is down, and I reach it up and across. Go down, up, and across. So you might be able to do it without holding on, but it's not necessary. It's plenty challenging. So switch legs, and we're going to do this a couple times so you get a chance to do both sides again. So switch sides. Remember, it's the outside leg, or the outside leg is, the outside arm is the one that's going across, okay? The outside arm. So you twist across, hold the lifted knee still, don't let it move. And if holding on feels really easy for you, try to hold on just with a fingertip. Or even take your hand off and then the wall is close by if you need it. One more time. And release. These things are interesting. Like everyone's going to have certain deficits. I'm pretty good with it on my right ankle and not good at all with my left. So if you can relate to that at all, join the club. We all have these things about us. We still want to do both sides. We still want to work on it. Okay, one more time through to each side. Trying to really hold your lower body still and rotate from your upper body. And switch sides when you're ready. Again, you're really trying to get a good rotation, not just moving the arms across. Try to get your entire torso to rotate. All right. And if you fell out of it once like I did, that's good. That means you were challenging yourself. All right. Move your feet back to the center of your mat. Move your feet just a little wider than hip width apart. Find that tall posture. Arms by your sides. Pull your head back over the shoulders and take a moment to close your eyes. Feel this beautiful height to your body, this length to your spine. The shoulders have pulled back. Your hands are resting comfortably against the sides of your legs, not in front. And then let your eyes open again. There's a couple of cool little tricks you can do. The first one is to place your hands behind your legs, right on your bottom or maybe slightly below on the tops of the hamstrings. So you grab onto those muscles behind you, then roll the shoulders back. This is a great way to feel this openness across the collarbones. Now maintain that position of the chest and the shoulders, but just let your hands relax by your sides. That's the feeling you want to have in the chest. The other trick is the banker's, whatever they call it, banker's position. I can't remember exactly the terminology, but it's this funny kind of thing where you take your thumbs. I don't know why they call it that, but anyway, you hook your pec muscles with your thumbs. And if your shoulders aren't pretty mobile, you won't be able to do it. It's pretty hard for me to do on one side. But anyway, you hook right underneath the pec muscles, roll the shoulders back. There's this sense of lift and openness across the collarbones. Same thing, once you have that position, let your hands come by your sides. Breathe in. Breathe out. We take this moment at the end of our flow practice to acknowledge ourselves for the self-care we've done today. And we also honor our bodies for all the good things they do for us, even if something isn't quite right. We honor our bodies for all the good that they do. Our exercise, our fitness, our workouts are about loving our bodies and taking care of them. When you're ready, let the eyes open. We sweep the hands up high, full stretch, and we lower just the arms down. Fantastic work today, everybody. I'm so glad you joined me for this session, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care, everyone, and bye for now.